and there's so many of them, but some of the big ones were finding out about the child molestation cases being covered up here in Australia at a mass level. That shocked me because I was just like, that happens in that, like, my family's religion. Like, that's, you know, that's one of those things that I'd never seen in that religion in my life, and I was obviously lucky to have not seen it.
Or, yeah, you hadn't seen any. But that kind of shit happens not just in religion, but any people that end up in positions of power that have children around.
Oh, yeah.
It can happen.
Now I'm trying to remember, because there was things like Pillowgate that I noticed, and that was pretty fucked up. Oh, that's right, just the new light. The idea that the belief that I had grown up with, and that a lot of people grew up with, just suddenly got upheaved and overturned, and just was like, yep, no, we were wrong. This is now the new stuff, and you know, with the whole new definition of generations, or whatever, they extend their time, and it's just like, I'm like, for whatever reason, when you only know one set of rules, like, because we were taught that they had these other, you know, they were wrong in the past, and you know, we run by a the organization is still run by man, and so man still make errors and stuff,
right?
And that's the whole idea. And so, but when you grow up with just one set and you don't go through any of those changes, it really becomes an eye-opener when one of those big changes hits. Because even people that have been through some of the older changes were like, what the fuck? Like, this is the basis of your entire preaching here, and you're changing it on us. You know, like, and people have lost their lives due to simple new light, just changing the rules. And then the people that were following the rules now aren't following the rules, you know, and they might be in prison in a country that is about to kill them, and then they kill them because the witnesses just gave up, because they're like, oh, well, you're not going to be forgiven by God now because you're not following the rules. And then they let them die. But nobody hears about this. You know, no one in a congregation would ever know about this. If anything, it would be a write-up on the what do they call the fucking people that die for God?
Martyrs.
You know, that kind of martyrs. You know, it'll be a martyr for the witnesses. But they won't use that word, but it'll be like, you know, we know now that God's going to look after them and all that shit of bullshit.
Yeah, but if he's arrested for something that was bad, how could he be a martyr, or killed for something that it was bad? Because martyrs are generally what the people who believe what they believe.
It'll be a write-up.
Doing something good. Oh, I see.
So
okay.
That would, yeah. No, it'll be a Trump's fake news.
Yeah, right.
Just to convince their minions.
Right. That makes more sense. Okay. Well,
I really hope my little brother can't hang me. I just realized he's still home. Whoops.
Who's still home?
My little brother. Everyone else went out, so I'm here like speaking up real loud about all this.
Well, does he know?
No.
Oh.
No, not yet. I'm working on it. Dude, because I know he's more reasonable. I'd be able to get to him.
First.
There'd be a severe, because he's baptized, there'll be a severe breakup in the home. Because mum is as well. And mum will be much harder to convince.
Right.
So it's a long-term strategy for those two.
Right. But you feel that your brother would be easier to communicate this with this stuff to him?
It really depends on the circumstance, but generally speaking, yes.
How old is he? How old is he, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, shit. It's not that I mind, it's more that I have to do math to work it out.
Oh.
It would be 23, I suppose, thereabouts, 23 or 24. 24.
Okay. That's not so young, then. He should be, well, I don't know. I don't know your brother. I only know you for what I know of you, so. Do you think it'll be an easy conversation with him? Or do you think it's going to be a little bit touch and go?
It'll be touch and go. As I said, it depends a lot on his mood. He has certain personality traits, certain disorders that are hard to deal with. So you really have to know how to approach him. And being this is his one passion thing, it will be a touchy subject to broach. But I think if done correctly, if done slow enough, and if done not directly, like just sort of hinting at things, positioning little things, I think slowly then there might be a little light bulb moment for him where he'll do more research. That's the direction I could see it working. If I tried to sit down and talk to him directly about all of this, it would end the relationship there and then.
Oh, and you don't want that. So you're
then go to mom, and then that would be really bad.
Yeah. So I think the approach you were mentioning would be the best way for sure. Little by little.
That's the goal.
Chip away at the stone. Little Aerosmith there.
That's the plan.
That's all right then.
Where are we then?
We were talking about how you were going to break all this to your brother, and before that, you were just climbing up to the moment where you finally decided to say, "Fuck this, I'm done, cashing in my chips," that kind of thing.
That's right. With the different things I was learning about them.
Through YouTube.
The stuff in Australia, the New Light stuff, and then obviously I'm learning a lot of, I'm not learning so much as realizing a lot of the stuff I knew, and it's just having somebody else directly showing me that these behaviors are not good. These behaviors can even be incriminating in places. And at the worst case, best case scenario, these behaviors are cultish. Even if you don't want to call them a cult, they're cultish. And a lot of these things all at once, I was just, as I said, I was already on YouTube. I've already been doing video editing and stuff. It was just immediately I realized, even though I didn't know yet what I was going to say, I had to start saying something. I had to get involved. It was a light bulb moment of realizing that it's not just that this group or a cult and they're doing all these awful things. Because I already had plans on another channel, and I was working on doing an expose on Scientology before all of this. And that's how involved I was in understanding cults, yet I was still blind to it being my own, or former.
Right.
And so it was very, very easy for me to just follow through and go along with that. But it was more about, this is now personal, because it was my life, that's my family's.
Yeah, that's I think
That was,
one of the hardest parts. One of the hardest parts is realizing, that the family is still there, and you want to. Well, for me, anyways. But my family was mostly fairly secular Jews, anyways. So we ate bacon and shellfish, and we wore mixed linens and all that shit, right? So very, very reformed. Very, very. We went to, they took us to synagogue when we were kids. We had the bar and bat mitzvahs, and then a little bit after that is when I just was like, fuck this shit, it's garbage. But anyway, they're still kind of attached, and you want to talk to them, and you want, like you, little by little. And I've spoken with my mom, and I think I might actually have her coming out of this now, but it took a long time. So, but you feel inside that you're just like, fuck, these people don't realize that they're being swindled, really. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And I appreciate now, especially my time more, because I know it's limited, whereas before I didn't want to think it that way. And so the whole idea of, seeing people like, people like Telltale, people like John Cedars, their stories and so many others that I've heard from people publicly and privately of shunning, and never seeing their family again. And it's knowing that time is limited. Whereas these people don't think it's limited, but they still think that they'll never see you again. They go along knowing that they'll never see you again, knowing that, or thinking that they're going to have this other life without you, and they're happy with that. Whereas
seemingly,
we know, yeah, of course. And we're on this, like, I know it sounds I'm making sides and stuff, but it's not. It's just trying to clarify that we're on this side going, you know, I know that we've only got this short amount of time to be together, to know you, you know, while we're on this planet alive. And you want to waste it? You know, like, it's fair enough if you're a random, who cares? Be a family.
Yeah. You know? And you want to, yeah, exactly. You want to, yeah, you know, I don't even know what to say when it comes to shit like that, because it's like, wow, you're really going to just, literally disown me. And I don't, it starts to get me all kind of pissed off too when I start hearing shit like that. So.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And people are so strong. Like, the stuff they go through. Whew. I just don't know. I couldn't do it, you know. I couldn't imagine the strength that you know, even people like Telltale have. It's just unbelievable.
People that claim to love you and care for you. You're just like that. It's like a little switch flips, and they're like, nope, now you're nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I don't know where we were. I know we were at the end
Josiah.
of my...
Well, you were just getting to that point where you were about to say you're about to take Jehovah Witnessness, drop kick it like a hacky sack through the fucking uprights.
That's pretty much what happened. Because after going through all of those channels, it was just an immediate thing where I was just done. I'm on YouTube. I did not take did not take very long at all for me to start up a channel. And I think one of the first things I could, because I didn't really know what to say yet, and I didn't have any I wasn't confident in my style of what I was going to present for this channel. So I was, and so I just decided I'm doing something simple with the my children's My Book of Bible Stories.
Those are cool, actually.
And yeah, I had fun doing it, and it helped me learn a few procedures that I needed for this particular style, and it just gave me a bit of time to find my voice. And it as I was sort of doing those videos, I was writing up a video shouting out to, at that point, all of the online YouTube atheists that I'd been, utilizing, that had helped me break free of that mindset. And I did a big shout out video calling them all out, putting their faces on the thumbnail, trying to link as many of them that I could, and they all paid attention. I was blown away, and that is actually one of the reasons that I sort of decided, okay, I can do this, and I am, I have a voice. People will listen.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I always try to encourage other atheists that might still be hiding in the closet a little bit to, you know what, kick that door open, man, and let your voice be heard, because the more of us that are out there speaking our piece, we might convince other people that they're on the wrong track. And that's why I'm doing this series of videos. So maybe I can understand a little bit more of the deconversion process for people, because mine was fairly simple. It was very similar to Aaron Raw's, actually. And he's promised to come on my channel and do an interview with me as well, just so you guys know. So at some point, I'll talk to him and figure that out. So maybe I have a better understanding, so that when I start doing my street epistemology videos, similar to like Reed Nicewonder and Anthony Magnabosco, I'll have a better understanding of how the deconversion happens. So I might be able to ask better, more proper questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. More relevant ones for that person in particular, especially.
Right. Exactly. And I'm hoping to talk to some Muslims about deconversion as well, because of all the Abrahamic faiths or religions, I think I probably know the least about Islam, even though I've read some of the Quran and the Hadiths and stuff. So, but I still want to learn more about how, because, you know, I think they get the worst of this because they literally will be killed if they're found out, if they're in a country where that happens. Not so much here, but you know what I mean? But it could even still happen here to them. And those are the guys that I fear for the most, right? It's those poor Muslim people that do become apostates, and now they got to hide. And it's sad, and it's disgusting, really, but how our lives are so devalued by these religious beliefs. It's just ridiculous.
It's just made me thought from and I'm not sure, this is just an act, like I don't know the answer to this. Is it, I suspect, is it worse for an atheist hiding in a Muslim country in fear of death? Would it be worse for them than it would be for Christian or another person of another faith again, like an enemy faith, so to speak, of that country,
right.
in that same fear? Like, would it be equatable?
I think, you know what, I think you could say they were equatable, because I think even if you're not what they would call a Muslim or a true Muslim, or you're not in the Islamic part of the Abrahamic faith, then you are worthy of death to them anyway. So even if you're a Jew or a Christian or an apostate, or or you were always an atheist, those are targets for them to fucking behead people or whatever, throw them off roofs. Or homosexuals too, right? They also have that possibility of being killed over there anywhere where they're religious countries, right? So you don't want to be anything.
And we could take this even to extremes. I mean, it's not. It's extreme for us, I should say. But it's not, because it's real life there. Right. You could be a female who takes your head covering off or dances.
Yep.
Like, I saw that girl, that young girl was doing that awesome dance on her video, and she looked great and fucking danced like I could never dance. But all I could think is, I'm fearing for her life now.
Yeah.
Like, I hope she gets out, because, you know, like, I'm all for somebody like standing up and being in their country and trying to promote change, but I don't want people dying.
No, of course not. The part of this that pisses me off personally the most is that people are using something that isn't even fucking proven ever to kill people with it. Right? My invisible sky daddy that no one's ever proven has told me to fucking kill you.
What scientist will kill you if you don't believe in their academic paper or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
None.
What? You don't believe in evolution? None. Behead him! He doesn't believe in evolution.
Because they have no alternative. Like, they have no way of reasoning you proper. If you've realized the bullshit, you know, they know that they can't help you, basically. So instead of letting you be a voice of reason in their area, they're going to kill you. They're going to cut the head off the snake.
Yeah, I agree. If they know that they're not going to be able to talk you in, then they're just going to get rid of you, so you're not in their way, so to speak.
Do you have any Q&As? Any questions in the chat?
That's a great fucking idea. All right, so any of you guys have anything you want to ask NotJah here? I can. Well, he'll see it as well, and I'll read it out or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Whoever gets to it first.
Yeah, and like real questions, you jackasses. I don't want to see like what size is your penis and all that shit, right? So, and is it corkscrewy like mine? You know, being a goose or a duck or whatever.
Who's my favorite Ninja Turtle? Probably Michelangelo. If that's his name, isn't it? It's been a while since I've watched.
Yes, it's Michelangelo.
Yeah. No real reason though. I think it was just because as a kid I liked the name. And that was literally what stuck.
Well, he was always the fun guy with the skateboard and the pizza and shit too, right? And he used nunchucks, which I have. That's why he was my favorite. Also assist. Yeah, fair call. I ended up. I was a BMXer more than a skater because I can't skate to save my life. But I could see how that would be something I'd go for.
I skipped Russ's question. What is your position on bread? Generally speaking, I would prefer it around food, not around people. People don't taste it. Or geese. I suppose a goose. I'd have a goose sandwich. That doesn't sound too bad. We'll cook you up nice.
Well, unless it's a baby, right? Because we eat babies and shit, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got to have a baby sandwich.
They're so small, you can just stick them on the spit, roast them whole.
yeah, exactly.
Oh Lord, what other denominations are you well versed in? Probably none as well as the Witnesses. All the others, I've just touched on and I've learnt bits and pieces, but I'm not like well versed in any of the others. And the only other religious denomination that I currently fall under would be, I am a minister of Dudism.
No way, are you?
I want to call it of Dudism. Yeah, I am. I can't show you my certificate because it has my actual name on it. But yeah. Oh shit! No, that's the wrong. It's not real here anyway because they don't classify it as a real religion here in Australia. But yeah, whatever. It's still fun.
Dudism's awesome. What are you talking about? I think if I had to join any type of religion, it would be fucking Dudism.
Yeah, I mean it is. I haven't even had to kill a baby for this one. It's so breezy.
All right. Well, then let's wrap this up, and I'll fire up an after party. How's that sound?
Sweet. Sounds good.
All right. Well, first off, what I want to do is thank you, especially for coming on and doing this. I know you had to get up maybe a little earlier than you wanted to do this because, of course, you're in the future. So you got to tell me, how are things in the future? Do we have flying cars yet?
No flying cars, but I don't think you want to know what Trump tweets tomorrow.
Oh, no. I don't really give a shit what Trump tweets at any time, so... all right, so once again, guys, once we're done with this, I'll fix up the description box below, and I'll put NotJah's channel in there for you, because he's a very interesting guy, and he's become a very good friend of mine, even though we've never actually met in person. We've met enough times where we know that, you know what, this guy's cool. Yeah, I think this guy's cool too. So that's the way it happens.
It's pretty hard when we live so far apart.
True enough, but my bucket list, Australia is on it, and at least now I know where I can go somewhere and I can crash. So,
all right, come around and check us all out on the after party, peeps.
Yeah, we're gonna throw one there now, and I'll send some people the links that if you want to be a part of it, let me know. Send me a DM in Twitter, and I'll send you a link to the new after party, the after NotJah party, because it's NotJah party. And remember, my godless friends, remain godless, because it's called faith, because it's not knowledge. See you later. Thanks again.